everybody. Welcome back to the MPF podcast. My name is Brad Nordstrom, owner of Maximum Performance and Fitness here in West Fargo, North Dakota.
And I am Levi Nordstrom, college student majoring in communications at NDSU. Looked like you were trying to remember your title here.
I wasn't quite sure if I was the owner, or if I was the operator. I guess I'm the owner-operator. And I'll be all janitor. I can do that. I can fix toilets. I can wash floors.
Yeah, let's talk about the sensor system being a little bit off in the sink today.
Oh, you couldn't wash your hands?
Well, it was just like it would start for a second, then it'd stop. It'd start, and then it'd stop. But tried to clean the sensor. Maybe that helped.
It's not going to do jack squat. I think back. So back when the COVID era, 2020, government or somebody came out and basically gave money to those businesses that were willing to do hands-free stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, fine. I'll put some hands-free water dispensers in. I think that was a mistake. I should have never done it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because you always got issues. Just freaking pull the handle up. Big deal. It's all good. Put the handle down when you're done.
Yeah, but then you have the issue of somebody not fully closing it and the water's dripping, and
True.
It could be a challenge.
Good point. Tough. Most people are competent enough to shut the dang water off.
Yeah,
that's a good joy burst.
And I have a cherry twist Alani today.
I appreciate that because nobody seems to like the cherry. It's full in the cooler. Is the only one left. Cherry and orange.
Yeah.
Nobody's drinking those, and I think the orange one's great.
I think the orange one's good. I think both of them are good, honestly.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, man. Winter Wonderland is pretty legit, but I like the Breezeberry. The blue. Yeah. That one is really good.
I know the Joy Burst, the peach is everybody's favorite. So whenever we get a new pack, those peach ones are gone within a week.
Now, if you guys like shorter clips when it comes to podcasts, we have an MPF TikTok.
TikTok?
I have been posting certain clips on the TikTok. So make sure you go follow that. Or if you came from TikTok, make sure you comment TikTok so we know who's coming from TikTok and how effective it is.
TikTok. I still got to learn how to TikTok. I'm glad you do it because I just think it's a phrase, TikTok.
So today I got really creative with this concept, with this idea.
I haven't even looked at it, so I'm kind of worried.
AI has really taken over already, and it's kind of new, I guess, in terms of the time frame of history. AI is very new. Artificial intelligence, of course.
I was going to ask you. I thought it was Angie's intellect.
Yep. No, not that. But AI is really taken over, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about the modern idea of AI helping us improve our fitness and our health.
So when you think AI, when you type something into AI, do you think there's little people behind the screens that are responding back?
No, it's Allen Iverson, actually.
Allen Iverson's responding back to your question.
No, I mean, from what I understand, it's basically a computer going through tons of data and research and giving you results based off of that. So it's like a Google search on steroids is the best way to say it. That makes
sense.
So it kind of goes through the sources for you instead of you doing the Google search and you have to click the article or whatnot. It goes through all the articles that it can.
So it simplifies things for the user.
Yeah. And the best way I use AI is when it comes to school, I create study guides for persuasion, and it is a great tool because instead of having to take a ton of time to put it in a Quizlet and you have to insert all of that yourself, basically, I just copy and paste my notes in there and I have it create a multiple choice quiz, true or false, short answer. And I think it works great, honestly.
That's interesting. So do you think that, just being generalizing here with AI in school, high school, college, whatnot, does it make it easier to cheat? Or is it not really cheating?
Well,
you're educating more, getting yourself educated easier and faster.
Depends on how you use it. For me, as a journalism major, I have to do a lot of essays. And a lot of people just like to use AI to create an essay for them. For me, it doesn't make sense because that's going to be my job, so I have to learn how to do it. But there's also points to where I've had teachers basically say you can use AI to find sources or maybe even refine your essay, look through the essay and have it kind of tell you what you need to change to make it sound a little bit clearer. So I think AI is very beneficial for school if you use it properly, because it really can take away from your learning if you use it improperly and don't take away anything from what it's giving you.
So here's my question. Do you use AI to come up with these topics each week?
Maybe. I use AI for sure to come up with ideas and then maybe give me some points. I come up with definitely a few of these points, especially the future predictions. That was kind of cool to just brainstorm about. But it's always nice to have it help me create fun topics for each week.
That makes sense. I could see that.
Now,
okay, hold on. Before we get any further,
whoa.
Okay, so there's so many, I don't know what you call them, programs with AI. Which one do you like?
Well, the really common ones, ChatGPT. It's easy because there's literally an app that you can have on your phone.
Oh, you can download an app?
So
You're
it's
going to educate
simple.
me today.
I know John, my dorm mate, he likes Gemini, Google Gemini. I think mainly because it's included on like his computer he got. It's like included.
And that's what I have opened up as Google Gemini.
So, yeah, I don't know. It really just depends. I don't really think there's much of a difference at all, to be honest. I think just some might be a little bit more ahead than others, might be a little bit more advanced. And I just think ChatGPT is the most popular one. So, in my opinion, it's probably the most advanced.
That makes sense.
Because I believe there's something going on where when you search things up, it's also kind of learning from it, so it can help be a little bit better for other people in the future. Something like that. Not sure if that really works or not, but
I noticed like anytime you do a Google search now, AI must be already in there because there's out at the very top. It's AI telling you info.
Yeah, that definitely helps. You kind of get to the point if you want to answer a question. You don't have to click on an article. It's right there.
Right.
You know? So I actually prefer using, the ChatGPT or whatnot if I just do a simple Google search because it makes even that faster.
So it, in reality, can make a person smarter if you actually
definitely
pay attention and read
it. Can make you
absorb it.
You can learn stuff way quicker with AI because it can go through all the sources for you and it tells you all the information right away instead of you having to dig through a whole article. So if you're truly reading it, then you learn.
Right.
But a lot of people just copy and paste, and then you don't
then
understand.
They're not getting jack squat.
There's my maybe a little bit more than 2 cents on it because we spent a few minutes on it.
That's what we're here to provide some 2 cents.
All right. Now, let's talk about AI when it comes to fitness. AI can help us build workouts around time limits, goals, and injury history. It's kind of an interesting point here because AI can help us with these topics that helps save a little bit of time. Now, let's think about people coming back from, a long day of work, going to the gym. And I feel like for a lot of people, it helps them come up with a workout and you say, I got 30 minutes. And it says, okay, here's a workout you can do in 30 minutes. It might not be the most perfect workout because it's still developing, but I think it's smart to come up with a workout that you can accustom to your time limits and your goals and maybe certain injuries, work around them a little bit.
Cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool deal. I mean, I still think that, if it's the perfect world, you've got a human person there helping you. Mm-hmm. Whether it's, you're going into a gym that actually has everything laid out and you don't have to think about it, where you can talk to whoever's running that show like, hey, I only have 30 minutes. All right, we can tell you, let's go through one round of this cardio here to get a good just get that sweat started, and then let's head over and do the strength training for the last 20 minutes or whatever you have. Mm-hmm. So that's most ideal situation. I think the second most ideal is we use the app Team Builder for our workouts. Mm-hmm. And hire somebody to develop the workouts for you and create that interaction between the two of you. So, for example, let's say I developed a training workout for Levi. Did you notice, by the way, I adjusted some things or no?
No,
I'm going to start throwing random stuff on there just to see if you're following.
Well, you didn't adjust anything this week.
Maybe it's for next week.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can create an interaction within that app. So you could ask questions in it. I could log into it and see that you recorded weights and so forth. And then that to me is the two most ideal situations. Now, I've never used AI to develop a workout. I don't know how it works. Have you kind of played with it at all? Does it spit out some good stuff or no?
When it comes to workouts?
Yeah.
No, because I just I have the second option that you
have the
just
option,
mentioned.
Yeah. You got the team builder
Yeah.
option. You don't have to think about it. It's all right there. You just open it up and go.
Let's just do it right now. Let's see.
Okay. Put her in there.
Develop a workout routine that I can accomplish
You
30 minutes.
typing all that in? I suppose then you can tweak it as it goes, right?
Yeah. You ready?
Yep. What are you going to do for 30 minutes?
3-minute warm up, light jog in place, arm
Jogging in
circles.
place, sweet.
Yeah. It doesn't know the equipment that you have here.
Well, that's true. That's the thing. You could suppose you could add it in.
So we have light jog in place, arm circles, hip openers,
Oh yeah.
body weight squats, and then strength and conditioning circuit, 22 minutes.
Does it show any videos at all?
No, but you could ask for videos.
Oh, I suppose you could ask.
Theoretically.
Otherwise, on the Team Builder app, we have videos for everything. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so it's 45 seconds worth of work, 15 seconds rest. Repeat the entire circuit 3 times. So we got lower body, squats, goblet squat if holding weight, reverse lunges.
So it's timed.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Upper body, push-ups, bent over rows, cores, plank, dead bugs. Conditioning is burpees, mountain climbers. So it basically, since I didn't specify I want to do an upper body lift or a lower body lift, it's basically doing everything.
It's going to give you a
So you have to be
total body.
specific.
Yep. So but once you set that first parameter, then you can specify off of that.
Or you could just specify it in the first place, but it's kind of hard to know how it's going to react.
Right.
So it's always best to just adjust on the fly.
I will be honest, I have never used it to come up with a workout.
You don't really need to use it.
If I've been
you
doing
already
it
know
for
what you're
30
doing.
years, I should be able to figure out workouts by now.
I do like the complexity, though. It came up with dead bugs for
Right,
core.
true.
It's like that's unique and a little bit different. And
Most people don't know how to do a dead bug properly, so that's interesting. But once again, we could.
Let's get some 3-way sweepers in there.
Right.
Those are, oh my gosh, fantastic. I believe in the future, we'll get into future predictions, true future predictions, that I think AI will definitely be used to help come up with the workouts or maybe even create new workouts. Of course, AI can help you be more efficient. We know that when it comes to school.
That makes sense. I think it's just like any program, you got to play with it.
Yeah.
Because it'll, at first, and I play with it a little bit for some different variations. I mean, it can come up with some nutrition guidelines. You can put together week menus. You can, and then it provides you a shopping list. I mean, I've dabbled with that aspect of it. It actually works pretty dang cool. And you can get recipes. It's laid out for you. And then you obviously got to do it. But I've not really dabbled with it at all for the strength side of it. So anyway.
What I like is if you're a business owner, specifically fitness related, obviously, if you aren't as creative when it comes to writing, it can help you write a paragraph for social media or whatever, some sort of social media post. It can help you with the wording. If you're not sure how to explain something properly or concisely, it can definitely help when it comes to like that side of things, especially if you're just, more into fitness. You don't really understand the whole persuasion aspect of communicating. So I think it's important to try out AI when it comes to that if you want to develop your communication skills more.
I totally agree. I probably should learn how to use it more for that. Coming up with, like you said, the social media aspect, that's not me. I'm not one to sit and post and do all that stuff. I just don't get into that. I'd rather be in the trenches, so to speak. That's what I love doing. So it definitely need to get into the AI aspect. And the funny thing is just popped in my head. I think back to my dad. My dad was older when I was born, and that was when the internet was just kind of getting rolling. And I think that the internet kind of scared him.
Yeah.
And he always would say www dot, and that was his thing. And he'd be talking about the internet, and I ain't gonna get on that. And so now we look at AI, and I'm probably about that age of my dad when the internet was getting rolling. Actually, probably a little bit. He would have been a little older than me. I'm definitely not scared of it, but it's also like, is this? I mean, it's not. I don't see this taking my job.
Yeah.
But I do think that it will affect some careers out there.
When it comes to farming, you don't necessarily have to worry as much when it comes to like social media, but I will say it is a specific enough topic, like farming simulator, but it has enough of an audience because there's a lot of farmers out there, a lot of people interested in farming videos, that it's almost the perfect topic to film for my other channel, Filming Farming Simulator. I'd get like thousands of views.
Really?
Just doing role play videos on Farming Simulator, taking over a farm, whatnot. So I think it's kind of a fun thing to like talk about when it comes to like social media and farming, because you wouldn't think people are interested in watching people farm, but like if you think about the farm phonics, you know, we talk about that and how it's hard to understand what they're saying. People love that stuff.
Yeah.
So man, social media would be almost a perfect scenario for especially Nordstrom Farm.
Yeah, and the Nordstrom screwed up on farm phonics because everybody's talking about 6-7. Well, hell, nobody knows what that means. Well, it's because it doesn't mean, it means what you want it to mean. Well, farm phonics was, what are you even talking about? That could have been a big deal, farm phonics, but we're a little behind.
Unfortunately.
Should have got it out there. This was way before AI.
Now, let's get into a different section when it comes to the fitness realm with AI. It can help us predict our RPE, we've talked about that, and strength curves.
You're going to have to educate me on this. I have not checked this out. This is interesting.
I mean, let's talk about the rate of perceived exertion.
Okay, so not going to tell me that I'm at a certain level, is it? Because how's it going to know?
I mean, that's a good point.
Because it's still the self-proclaimed.
So what I think about is you can actually upload videos to AI, and I believe they can probably watch the video and take things from it. Maybe you can ask, how am I looking on this?
Are you sure there's no little people behind the screens checking these out? This is kind of spooky. I've never done that. You literally can upload videos on AI
technically
platform.
Yes. I don't know how long the videos can be, but I know that you can. I mean, you can upload photos, ask it to edit stuff out of photos. It's definitely new. Like, it's not that good right now.
So if I had a video of me squatting and I uploaded it and I asked AI, am I getting low enough?
Yep.
Could it tell me?
Probably. It probably could.
Or if it was on the backside and I was shifting. Now, this would be pretty wild. If I was squatting and we had the picture from behind and you can see I was shifting one way or the other, if AI could monitor that and say, hey, check your ankle mobility on your left ankle. It's tight because you're shifting to the right or whatnot. And that would be kind of spooky.
Well, think about this. So far as we know, artificial intelligence can only go as far as humans can go, because we talked about how it goes based off of articles and sources and combines all of the information. So if people have created videos, which they have, about form, it will use those videos as a reference guide. So if you upload a video, it's going to go and find other videos about form and use those videos and try to understand what the goal is.
We got to try this because this sounds actually kind of interesting. I'd be curious to see what it would do. That's pretty cool.
And I believe when it comes to like strength curves and the RPE, you're probably telling it information. You're inputting information on like how difficult this lift was, and maybe this the hard part. I don't know if AI can really do this part. I feel like you have to be there in the moment. You have to have like a true personal trainer to tell you like it didn't look that difficult. I feel like you can add 10 pounds or whatnot. It's tough when it's just AI and you're inputting the information because it really doesn't get the 3D aspect of like understanding truly what's going on.
That's totally true.
Like you said earlier, the nutrition plans. I think this is where AI is probably best out of all these things, coming up with nutrition plans. Maybe you tell it what your goal is, what you can eat, what you don't like, and it comes up with a nutrition plan to maybe help you, put on some extra muscle mass or extra weight or lose weight even, of course, track your calories for you, all that stuff. I feel like AI is definitely really good at that already.
I totally agree, and I have dabbled in using AI to create 4-week nutrition plans, we've got a phone-in caller, it looks like. Abigail's calling. I don't think it's going to work, but oh, my phone just fell. Sorry, Abby. I'll call you when I'm done. It actually does really do a nice job of designing that program. And like you said, you can easily say, hey, I don't like fish. Mm-hmm. Okay, so after you come up with that initial plan, Don't like fish. Takes fish out. Add more beef because I like beef. It'll add that in. You'll create that 4-week plan, and then you could ask it for recipes.
It can give you links to those recipe pages too.
Oh, sure.
So that always helps because, okay, but I will say, if you look in a recipe article, you notice how like there's just tons of ads on it, and it's kind of hard trying to scroll through and see all the, the steps, because some of the steps are there, and then you have a whole ad, and then you have more steps towards the bottom. So AI is really nice because there's no ads in the way.
Good point. You're right. I did notice that.
I remember somebody mentioning that. Not sure who it was, but yeah, it's kind of a good point where it just makes it a lot easier to understand. There's nothing in the way. And yeah, I think that's definitely, nutrition's exactly where you want to use AI.
I mean, for everybody out there listening, I would suggest you play around with it for the nutrition aspect of it.
Yeah.
It really does help. It's just, it still comes down to you have to set your mind. You have to set yourself, you know what, I'm going to do this. And in the ideal situation is you still need to meet with somebody that has whether it's an in-body scanner or good with skin fold technique to analyze body fat, to chart progress, develop goals, timelines, then utilize that AI to help you with your nutrition plan, because now you have a baseline and you have somebody helping hold you accountable. You still have to do that.
AI can give you the ideas, but you have to follow through on them.
That's
talk
fact.
about it.
Yep, absolutely.
Now let's talk about how AI can help you follow through with the Neuralink brain chip.
This is going to be good.
No, it just random thought how AI can give you these ideas, but you still have to follow through. But I just thought about Elon Musk's Neuralink chip that he's going to put in people's brains that, first of all, if this works out, this might solve so many issues and cure cancer and all this
my
things.
head, that's all I know.
It's going to take a long time. But basically, Neuralink, I don't know everything about it, obviously. Probably going to want to look it up yourself. But it's basically a chip that's put into your brain that helps you ideally fix maybe broken other issues in your brain, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, you know how your brain tells your body what to do? So if you're paralyzed, it's not that your body can't do it, it's that your brain's not really comprehending that.
That makes sense.
So Neuralink is aiming to help fix those issues to where people that are paralyzed or something's wrong, it basically reconfigures your brain to allow you to do that again, is the goal. It's crazy. And hopefully it works, but right now
it's for clients or patients that have certain issues that they're dealing with. It's not for a healthy person.
Yeah, well, it's still very much in the testing stages, but I think there has been a person to try it.
I think I did see something on that where like if you go up to something and you actually think, and turn on the TV.
Yeah, so
turn on. You don't have to touch anything. Is that right?
That's the hope in the future, is you don't even have to talk. It's just sent to other people.
Weird.
That's kind of crazy. We've kind of mentioned this. AI analyzing form with the videos or maybe pictures, of course, always helps too. That's kind of the cool thing, cool concept, where maybe there's sensors in the future potentially that kind of track your form, your movement to make sure that you are completing the workout properly.
Yeah, I mean that part of it is pretty cool. I mean, if you can get a video of somebody squatting and punch it in, and it's going to tell you, hey, you got to look at your left ankle mobility, you got to look at hip on your right side, your external rotators are tight, and if it actually tells you that, and you're able to, that's crazy, and that'll be pretty dang cool for everybody involved, trainers included.
Yeah, it's like, it's not going to take a trainer's job. It's basically just telling a trainer what to look for.
Better.
It's going to help
the client even more.
I would like to see that happen, but let's talk about stuff we'd like to see happen in the future. Future predictions for AI with fitness. I came up with a few. Feel free to throw in some of your own if you have any. So let's talk about AI with custom gym machines. Basically loading the weight automatically, and it's almost like, I think, to like those dumbbells that are like you can change the weight on them. It basically adds the weight automatically and saves the hassle of, having to take all your weights off more so, because putting the weight on is not really that big of a deal. But like after you finish your max, it's kind of just like, oh, now I have to take all this stuff off. And it's just kind of like a little annoyance.
So it's
just a
kind of
simple
like,
thing.
so let's say like a selectorized machine, for example, like a leg, well, it could be a leg press, but let's say lat pull down.
Mm-hmm.
So you could walk up to that machine, punch your name in, and it remembers, and you actually put your weights in there, and it actually remembers what you last used for a set of 8 reps.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you go through and do your exercise, somehow that machine would recognize it could be the tempo of the lift or whatever to determine, hey, you know what, you could go up 5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And it automatically bumps you up for your next set or something. Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Like,
And I think it could happen.
AI could probably recognize the force putting behind, like, let's say it's a squat, and say you're doing 225 pounds, your second set. It's like, okay, you did that, look pretty easy. Let's add 10 pounds next time around. And I think it will help people realize what they can do, because a lot of people sell themselves short oftentimes. So
see, that makes a ton of sense. And as you obviously very well know me and any of the clients out there listening in, I'm a very much functional fitness kind of guy. I like the dumbbells. I like the barbells. I like the cable machines. I'm not a huge selectorized machine. Everything has to be machine, just because I feel like it doesn't mimic real life movements.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking about this when you mentioned the squat. I mean, they already have like equipment that you can hook up to the end of the bar to chart bar speed, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll be able to come up with a way. Maybe it has to be a special bar, which would maybe that mechanism's inside the bar, and you can load it, and it wouldn't be any different, and do your squats, your bench press, and whatever, and then it can record that data.
Mm-hmm.
Just with that, I mean, if they could come up with something like that, I think it'd be pretty cool. And it goes into, maybe you don't even have to record it. Maybe it'll recognize your weight system. You just have to put your name in it.
Mm.
It goes into some database. I don't know what it's going to look like, but that could actually be pretty cool.
I just think to, like, a lot of people not really pushing themselves enough.
Yeah.
And maybe it's to a point where you don't even know how much weight you're doing. It's
Yeah.
just loading it up for you, and you just, all you got to do is squat. You don't even have to think about how much weight it is. It knows what you're capable of, and you just got to obviously squat.
If it can do that without being stuck in a place, like, for example, if it's a squat like a Smith machine, as long as it's not a Smith machine and it's actually a free bar
Mm-hmm.
that you can set, I think that'd be cat's meow. And that's not only $1 million idea, that's your $1 billion idea.
Yep.
I don't know why we're telling everybody else about it. We can
Oh,
do
no,
it ourselves.
I'm cutting it out now. We've talked about analyzing the form. I think this is the more realistic of the couple options we've talked about. Sensors to analyze the form, because videos, all you're seeing is the screen. The sensors give you that 3D aspect, and I think obviously it's important to have sensors, because a video, let's say it's from the side angle, you might not see the shift
Correct.
on the other angle. So if you have the 3D version, then I think it'll be able to be a lot more efficient with analyzing the form, and a lot more accurate.
That would be the cat's meow right there. Speaking of the cat, I mean, why don't you just switch to exercise science and take this place over? I mean, you know what you're doing. You can.
Well,
I mean, what
it'd be
the heck?
extremely expensive to come up with sensors to track form, but it would be cool.
Yeah.
So we know how VR is starting to take over, the virtual reality. Imagine you are in Florida. You're in your house. You know, you don't have to come in to the gym anymore. You are in the virtual reality world. You can see it in 3D form. You can watch them squat because of, we have different cameras around the gym. So you don't even have to be on site, and you can help assist people with their form. The only thing you can't do, this is a slight issue, of course, a slight issue here, is you can't spot them. So that would be a problem.
That could be interesting.
But this isn't saying
what would
that
the reaction be if they're squatting and all of a sudden they just lose it? Next thing you know, they're on their butt laying on the ground and they can't get up. And I'm like, well, get up, get off the floor. Well, like, no, all of a sudden, oh yeah, I forgot I'm not there. I can't help them.
This is where you'd have robots.
Oh, jeepers.
Yep, this is where it gets even more complicated and crazy.
I feel like there's something like this now where it's some kind of It came out right around that COVID time. It was some screen. I can't remember the name of it, where I feel like that you can virtually coach somebody, or I don't actually think that might have had its own trainer within it. It's almost like your Peloton thing. It was, like I said, it almost looked like you're looking into a mirror. I don't know if you could see anything or whatnot, but I believe there was, or there is something kind of like that. But I believe there was like cable, like pulleys, and it could be adjusted, but it's kind of goofy, but it's kind of starting. So you're talking about like VR, like have to have like a mask on too, or no?
That's the thought process where you have, well, ideally, you know how VR, you have kind of like this big, I don't know what you want to call
Goggles,
it. Yeah.
kind of looking thing.
Ideally, over time, the VR equipment or whatnot, that's the tech that's in it becomes more advanced and smaller. So it's almost like you're having glasses on, like
that
right
makes
now.
sense. Yep.
So in your glasses, you can see, or let's say I'm lifting, I can see you with the glasses on.
Yep. That's cool.
So you can watch me with my form.
And then I see you with my glasses on too?
Yeah. That's like the whole thought process. You put your glasses on and you can see the gym.
So like these readers right here, these could be set up as, now if this was the case, this would be slick. So like one eyeball is going to show them. Well, actually I would see both through you, and then you'd see me through.
Yeah, it would. I mean, that would be cool because, I mean, think about it.
We almost kind of dial them up. You push a button and then it'll call up Levi. He's got his training session at 11. Hit the button and then there's you are. It could be anywhere. You could be at a gym or at home or whatever, and I'm sitting just like this probably.
Think about,
like, could you see, like, would I be able to demonstrate the exercise? I should be able to.
Yeah, because they'd still see you. They would see your whole body basically. It'd be your 3D form, and you can have your own little office.
Yeah.
Let's just say you're in Florida. You have an office like this size.
Why do you keep saying Florida? Because it's freaking cold outside?
Basically.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean, this is
You're warming up.
Florida's like the ideal retirement place. I mean,
there we go.
And you can have your virtual meetings, but you're still in 3D form. So you would still see me, but you wouldn't be actually in the room. So the thought is you don't even have to go into work anymore because you can have your meetings, you can help track people, help with their form, and all you need is some people there to spot, basically.
Yeah, I've always been a proponent of spotting, especially when we're talking about bench press, the barbell bench press. Dumbbells I definitely still like to spot. Squatting for sure. But I think the biggest thing would be just educating the client on how to properly drop the weight if you need to, how to get out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
And if you can really be good about educating the client on that, it's not going to be as huge of a deal. But that'd be pretty freaking wild. Why do I got to be 3D? I can't be flat Stanley and just be like a piece of paper like stand there?
Well,
we're just talking
could,
ideal.
I guess. But I feel like the main way I really came up with these was because of the Iron Man movies. You know, he talks to Jarvis, his basically AI assistant almost.
Yeah.
And you know how he's got that screen in front of him that's like holographic?
Yeah.
I just think of like a holographic screen, and you know how you got your phone out and like there's like all these contacts? You just have the holographic screen on your glasses, and all you're doing is just... So for people that don't see the whole virtual reality thing, it just looks like you're just doing this.
Right. You're like, what the heck's this guy doing? Well, don't worry about him. He's working.
Yeah, but I guess that's kind of how I came up with a few of these. But, this is kind of a cool one. This is more of a kind of a now idea. This is not as complex.
Yep.
AI measuring your protein, or let's just say your macros, or all your nutrients.
That would be sweet.
Just by taking a picture of the meal and uploading it to whatever AI you use, and it tells you exactly, how many grams of protein's in this, your carbs, sugar, all that stuff.
If that was something that could be utilized now, and I feel like wouldn't be that far off.
Yeah.
It would be super huge because, how tedious is it to have to record or look up, all right, I'm going to have chicken marsala. Like, well, how much can I really have? Well, if you actually took a picture of it and you uploaded it and it said, okay, that is 1,500 calories and
Jeez.
so many, that's a big plate.
Bulking.
I think that would be so cool to be able to do that each time, and that'd make it so much easier for us. Your progress for losing fat weight or adding muscle mass or whatnot would be sped up tremendously and easier. That would be cool.
I bet that's only like
That's
a year
a few
off.
years away.
A couple years off.
Yeah,
I mean, like, think about how fast AI is advancing to where
those
we
little
have
minions behind the screens.
Yeah,
better
the
get to
minions.
work.
Think about like how there are now cabs at the airport that don't have taxi drivers in them anymore.
Yep, I've seen some of that. Whatever.
Like, think about how complex that is to be able to understand and have all these sensors to make sure you don't hit a vehicle, or you stay on the road and you stay in the lane, you stop at the red light, go at the right speed. Very complex. I feel like taking a picture of a meal and measuring all like the nutrients is just it's not as hard.
Be that hard.
It can't be as hard as tracking or driving a vehicle. We kind of mentioned this in a way when it comes to the gym machines. Smart barbells, where we have the barbells counting the reps, the speed, and adjusting the weight on the fly. I know you mentioned how this is kind of a thing already, or
kind of with a piece of string and right equipment, you can chart bar speed, but it's not counting your reps per se or adjusting weight. Now that's kind of an interesting concept. I never really thought of that. Like when you're doing your set, you might have picked the wrong weight and it's too easy. And if it actually would adjust, let's say you give it 2 reps on your second rep, it realizes, holy, this guy. He can go another 5 pounds. I'm going to add it to it, and it adds it to it right away. I think that'd actually be pretty sweet.
I think of how like a fading effect in a video, where it slowly adds weight, so it's not so sudden. You're in the middle of your set, you rep 3, and it's pretty easy. You don't want to just suddenly add 15 pounds. You're not expecting that, obviously. So maybe it adds, a tenth of a pound at a time. And I also like how, let's say you're doing barbell bench press, you can only go 2.5 pound increments, right?
Well, we got some 1.25s now.
Okay, 1.25.
So you can go 1 1/4, but yeah, there's times where you kind of wish you could just go 1 pound.
Yeah, it could truly find your max, or truly help you add on as much weight as possible for 10 reps.
I feel like that's something that couldn't be that far away either, but it just, in my vision, it would need to be free reign per se, if that makes sense, where I don't want it hooked up to a machine. I want that bar. If I can go pick it up and do bicep curls with it, I can do push press with it, I can do whatever. And if that can be a free reign type bar, that would be sick.
I can picture like a barbell that just looks like a normal barbell. Might look a little bit more fancy, of course, but checking
so the weights
reps
are almost individual, or like invisible, so to speak.
Well,
or not really. Or you got to start with something. Maybe I think it could be easier where, let's say you started with 135, and maybe that barbell will go up to 155. You're not gonna be able to put it up to 225 with one plate on there. But maybe that barbell gives you little smaller increment jumps.
I don't believe it'd be connected to a machine, because you think about Bluetooth,
That makes sense. So the bar's got to have Bluetooth in it.
So it tracks the reps and the speed on like a screen in front of you, and that's not hard. I mean, we already know how to do Bluetooth. I think the whole thing is like adjusting the weight might be a challenge, or properly counting the reps and the speed, kind of fine-tuning that to make sure it's counting the reps properly. So like maybe a sensor where it's a barbell and it touches your chest, that counts as a rep. That's kind of what I think of. It can't be that far off once again, but
well, we're giving people ideas, so all the millions of people that listen to our podcast, somebody's going to take over.
Yep.
Now, we'll throw our address in here, 465 32nd Avenue East in West Fargo. Make sure you send us some of the royalties from that invention. Holy smokes. We're giving you lots of ideas.
We're now done with the future predictions. You guys might have missed a few. We might have cut a few out, potentially.
Oh, gee.
They don't even know. They don't know. Let's talk about why AI shouldn't replace personal trainers.
You got to still have somebody there for you. The personal touch aspect should never be replaced with a machine. It's important for us to communicate with each other. We can't lose track of being there for each other. And so AI shouldn't come in and replace a personal trainer, because if you don't have that personal touch, that's one person that you're out of touch with. And the more we're out of touch with human beings, I think the scarier our world's going to be. Yeah. So the personal trainers, they know the art side of the business. And that's what I really enjoy about doing what I do, is there's a lot of gray in in the fitness world, and that personal trainer or strength coach or whatever you want to call that individual, those that are the best with the art side of it and being able to interact with a person, pushing the right buttons to get you to work a little bit harder, you can't duplicate that with a machine.
Human nature.
Getting
rid of personal trainers, you lose, like you said, connection with...
Lose that connection.
You lose connection with people in general. Because let's be real, if personal trainers are replaced, at that point, there's probably a lot of other jobs that have been replaced at that point.
Absolutely.
And that makes it a lot harder for humans, because people don't necessarily love working, but you kind of have to work, because if you don't work, you feel lazy.
Right. Yeah.
You want to feel like that sense of accomplishment.
Correct.
And without having personal trainers, that's one less job in the world to be able to do. I think if you get rid of jobs, it definitely affects your mental. You just don't feel that sense of accomplishment that you do after, working for 8 hours in a day. You're like, okay, I was productive today. I worked for 8 hours. I can relax now, and I can enjoy relaxing and not know that, or not feel that I didn't do much today. Do I really deserve to relax? It's like...
Yeah. Sense of accomplishment is huge.
Yeah. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Whoa.
AI can be incorrect. I think back to when I use AI to come up with these multiple choice quizzes. I constantly have to remind it to not have the answers A and B every single time. C and D, very
That's
rarely
interesting.
used. So I always have to just remind it, make sure you truly make it randomized, because having B as the answer, literally I've had it happen 9 times in a row. And it's like, this can't happen, because then I'll just notice the pattern and I'm not going to really understand it, and I need to understand it. So I just say, you've used B 7 times in a row. I need you to mix it up. And it does it, but it needs reminders. So just a reminder to you guys, AI can be incorrect, and oftentimes is incorrect, because it's kind of a new and expanding thing. So it's obviously, a form is best observed by an expert. Spotting, you want to have, personal trainer there to spot you, and just make sure you're properly doing these workouts. And I believe nutrition, like we kind of covered, is probably the most advanced out of all this stuff right now.
I've had some challenges too when you say that, where it's like, wait a minute, why was this other one one thing, and I ask you the same thing for a different search, and it's totally opposite.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still new, which is good. I mean, and then it'll get better and better every year, probably every minute, every month, every year.
Just a little thing. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, because AI is still a long ways away from taking over.
Yeah, it's going to be okay, everybody.
We've reached the end of MPF 11.
11 already.
Podcast episode 11.
Speaking about Angela's intelligence.
Yep. Make sure you guys subscribe to the MPF podcast. Here to give you guys good fitness advice every Sunday. Make sure you guys like this video if you enjoyed, and put a comment below of any questions you have, or maybe some ideas you have when it comes to AI, Allen Iverson, artificial intelligence, and we will see you guys in the next episode.